Your life experience, good or bad, is a gift when you share it with others. At Taxi Chronicles, we allow real riders with real stories to share their gift. So hopefully this episode will intrigue, enhance or inspire you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider. Today we've got a car fanatic. He loves cars so much. He wants to motivate the young, and considering the cars are changing dramatically with people like Elon out there, let's just hear what he has to say. And he's got his own podcast.
I do. Hello everyone. It's Mo here. Hello. Yes, it's Mo here from Behind the Wheel podcast. I am just a quick kind of. I got to do a plug, right? I got to do a plug, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Behind the Wheel podcast, but here I am in the back of a taxi, and I am loving this, man. I met my main man here. What a safe geezer. And
so Mo,
yo,
why cars? What is it about cars that you love?
When I was a kid, believe it or not, I used to live in London. I live in Leicester now, and when I was in London, my brother would take me up to the top deck of these red buses that you can see on the left-hand side, and I would sit on his lap, and he would test my car knowledge. And by the age of about 11, maybe even 9, I could name every single car that would drive past us in central London, from the Bentleys to the Ferraris to, the.
Sounds like Gone in 60 Seconds.
I would sit there and I could name every single, not only the actual name of the car, but the model as well, right? That's how crazy I was. And since then, I've just kind of thought, you know what? I've always loved cars, but about a year ago, I realized if I turn 70 or 80 and I'm on my deathbed and I've done nothing about this love for cars, man, am I gonna shoot myself? Yep. So that was the inspiration, man.
Okay, that's good. So what's your favorite car?
Oh man, oh God.
And why?
My favorite car and why? Well, I've got to say, man, you know what? I'm sitting in this Kia E090, and I've got to say I quite like it. I quite like it, man. I'm comfortable. I've got a good leg room. I'm loving the miles you're getting on the range. I'm liking this car. But if I could have any car in the world, I'd probably go for something like. Probably, I don't know, a Lamborghini maybe? Is that a bit too out there?
I like 4x4. What does the missus like? I love the way she's filming you. What does the missus like?
Anything shiny.
Anything shiny?
Is good for me.
That's true.
You know what?
Anything shiny.
Zainab, my wife, told me one day she wants a Maserati. And I asked her why. And she said to me, because it's got a crown as the logo. Yeah. I just thought, that's my wife. Okay. That is my wife right there.
So, you said you love cars.
Yeah.
What car do you own now?
So I've got a BMW 3 Series that's like 15 years old. Mm-hmm. But I love it because it was cheap to buy. It's a diesel, and I do sometimes long distance. It kind of works out okay. But yeah, it's a car that is very old. And if my lovely wife allows me to change it one day, then I shall. But until then, I'm under very close supervision right now. So
Okay. Well, we won't get into that one.
Let's not cause an argument right now. We are sitting pretty close right now, and let's try and keep it that way.
About your podcast, what do you talk about cars?
Yeah.
What aspects do you talk about?
So
performance, luxury?
So it's two bits, right? First of all, I interview people who have nice cars.
Okay.
And I also interview people who work with nice cars. And what I'm trying to do is to unify and create a community of people who love cars as much as I do, but also use that as a way to inspire, motivate, educate young people to believe that anything is possible. You can achieve your dreams, but really importantly, you got to follow what you got a passion for and what you got an interest for in life. And so, for me, it's about bringing people who love cars onto the podcast, talk about how they've got to where they've got to in life, with the one simple message, and that is build a career, build a life around what you love doing every single day, and money and success will come eventually. And so the guys I interview are those who have built, in many ways, non-orthodox careers around what they love doing every single day, and that's what I'm trying to do.
How long has your podcast been out there for?
It's been about a year, give or take.
And you publish how many times a week?
So we have a podcast going out on average about once a week, give or take.
Was that like a half an hour, 20-minute session?
It's about 40 minutes, but what we typically do is we then take sound bites from the podcast and put on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. So that's
the way to go.
Yeah.
I take it when you say we, the lovely wife is helping you on this?
Well, she's my biggest fan, you know, and probably one of only 3 fans.
She needs to be supported.
I mean, you know, I've not had any, you know, I'm so lucky to have a supportive wife who allows me to take Saturday afternoons, Saturday mornings to do podcasting, because we both work really hard. We both work crazy hours and a massive, you know, huge amount of love.
In the car industry?
I don't know. I don't work in the car space, but you know, it's one of those things where wouldn't it be so cool to like wake up in the morning and just kind of review a car for the day? Wouldn't that be crazy? But you get guys who do that every single day, and that kind of gets me going, man.
I got a connection that I will give you.
Oh, man.
Well, you have to email him first.
Okay.
I interviewed a young guy.
Yeah.
And he actually works in a trampoline park.
Oh, wow.
As his main job.
Right.
But his hobby is taking photos of rich people's cars.
Oh, man, wow.
He did one billionaire's car, and he took a photo from when he got up in the morning to the whole process of going to buy the car, or Lamborghini,
wow,
off the showroom. And that billionaire was so happy, he introduced him to another billionaire,
oh my God,
another billionaire, and now he's like sitting at tables with billionaires.
Oh my God.
And he's only like 21 or something.
No way.
And he's been offered a position to do Mercedes Lewis Hamilton pit stops.
Oh, no way.
He may be a good person to have your podcast.
Oh my God, I would be ever so grateful for those details, man. I would owe you big time. Whenever I'm in London, bro, I'm going to give you a shout, man.
It's called sharing the gift.
Sharing the gift.
Are you on Instagram?
Yes, we are. It's taxichronicles-UK. Because someone had took the name of Taxi Chronicles.
You know what? You must speak to a lot of people, man. Like, you must meet everyone from all walks of life.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, I do. I have to say, with over 600 episodes, we had a lot more conversation.
But you know what, right? And I don't quite appreciate this until now. It's hit me now. A taxi is the unifying factor that no matter what you do in life, right? You need a taxi. You need someone to get you from A to B. And it's the one thing that kind of you must meet like every type of person, from doctors to dentists to lawyers to pharmacists to it must be phenomenal. You must get to see a wide part of the world, I guess, in many ways.
Yeah, very wide. But so since you've been doing your podcast, what's the hardest thing that you've learned that you wish you knew when you were starting?
Oh, that's a good question. I think first of all, it was getting over my own sense of entitlement. And by that, what I'm saying is that when you start podcasting, as you might appreciate, you kind of think it's the best thing since sliced bread, and you think that people should listen to it. But
yeah,
it's like it's really hard, and I'm still like sort of learning. I don't claim to be some huge podcaster, but when I did the first episode, I was like, this is the best thing ever. You should all listen to it. Why aren't people listening to it? And what I've learned the hard way is you got to grind. Like you've got to get hundreds and hundreds of episodes done to get any real traction. And the one thing I've learned is it's not about you, it's about the listener. And you've got to figure out what the listener wants to hear. And if you can direct all your energy towards that and focus on that, then you're onto a winner. But until then, you've got to remove yourself from believing that it's all about you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they say in the podcast world, what problem are you solving?
Yeah.
And what quality are you bringing, what improvement are you bringing to the world?
Yeah.
So if you can establish those two things, then people will pay attention. Then it's a case of marketing yourself in the right way.
Absolutely,
Have
man.
you had any brand sponsorship offers or anything since you're doing cars?
No, not at the moment, no. But I think, my whole kind of philosophy right now is that stuff will come over time.
It will.
Like, I'm just kind of focusing on giving as much value as possible to my listeners, as much as possible. Like, I'm not in any kind of rush to monetize, because I'm very lucky. I've got a great job. I've got a great career. I'm not financially reliant on the podcast. So what that allows me to do is to delay as much as possible the monetization in a way that focuses my attention on just giving as much. If I can just give as much as possible, then ultimately at some point online money will come, and having a job allows me to have that patience in many ways,
I understand. It will come. I had my first brand sponsorship offer.
Wow.
About a week or two ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
But my analytics, I realised I needed to organise enough things because they said they want 500 views per episode.
Wow, that's huge.
I push out an episode every day.
Are you for real?
Yeah. So
wow.
I'm one thing I've learned, and you're probably in a better position than me if you're married, is that if your personal life is in order, you can really push the podcast the way you can.
Yeah.
Because I live alone, I need to. I've moved into a flat like January last year, and I'm still in the process of fully decorating and furbishing. So I'm decking out the loft and things like that.
Yeah.
Once that's done, I can cut down my hours. I do this.
Yeah.
And focus on revamping a lot of the old podcasts. Making sure you learn things as you go along.
But that's the thing, like it's easy to forget that every single episode, you can cut it, you can slice it, you can do so much with that one episode. Like, and I find it amazing. Like, you can use that and repurpose it in more ways than one. Like just from one podcast episode, I can have like at least 5 to 7 Instagram posts, a couple of Facebook posts, even a couple of blogs, and it's just based on one episode. Yeah.
And I love the way you spoke about sound clips, because, for instance, like I've interviewed like OnlyFans girls, and they've got major, let's say, a short paragraph or something they've said.
Yeah.
I can use that and then
it's powerful, man.
You and say, if you want to hear more,
the full thing. Absolutely, man. It's powerful, man. It's so powerful.
Yeah,
so powerful.
Things like that. What's the future hold for you?
For me, I want Behind the Wheel to be the #1 go-to place for anyone and everyone who loves cars, but also become a place that people listen to for inspiration, right? And my dream is to have one day someone say, you know what, I listened to your podcast, and you know what, I've decided to actually start a side hustle, to start a podcast of their own, to put themselves on Facebook for the first time in their entire life. A lot of young people are scared to put that video out there, are scared to put that Facebook post out there. They're scared about judgment. They're scared about what their friends will say. They're scared what their parents will say, and they're paralyzed by this fear, right? And for me, it's all about trying to convince people, you know what, stop caring about what people will think. Put yourself out there, expose yourself, put your work out there, give value, change your value system away from it's all about me to all about them, and success will come, and for me that's my mission, man.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for that, and just remind people, where can they find you?
Behindthewheelpodcastlife. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, every kind of major podcast platform out there. Behindthewheel.life. And yeah, man, and thank you so much, man, for this amazing opportunity, man.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for that, and we wish you well.
Thank you very much, bro.
We hope you like that Taxi Chronicles interview. Don't forget to share and subscribe to get the latest episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economies and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. Listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. British Standard Time.